Okay, guys, does that clear up? I mean, does that make sense to you? Even though it's fast, is that making sense to you? It's hard to get in to all the colors. Like, take a diver, for example, guys. If you're using one of those wiggle warts and it's not happening on a diver, and it should, a lot of times you can take one of the old wiggle warts or divers, and you'll see them. You can buy the brads. They're flat black. You'd say, why are they flat black? You don't want to draw attention to that. You want it to go to the offering back here. That's why you'll see the flat blacks, the flat black jet divers. It's all about seeing what they want. Don't just throw it back there and let it sit and go, okay. Man, it's constantly changing. You get in the boat with me and you'll laugh. There'll be $300 worth of gear sitting on the dash because all I'm doing all day long is nope, 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 until you find it. That's the key with Steelhead. You just don't overthink the fish. Very simple. Stick to the basics. Okay.
How much line do you run off that fingerboard again when you're getting the length?
Depends on how deep. Yeah, 15 to 25 feet typically will do it. And keep in mind, guys, you got different styles of plugs. You got wheel warts, you got mags, you got the traditional style. So, I mean, those are going to cover different depths for you. Shallower water, you'd want to use a wee.
Okay, when you're trolling, when you're pulling, the planer board, what do you say you're using?
Down in the confluence with these, what we do down there, guys, and the reason why I came up with this down there when you saw the show was that those fish get on the surface and they get to rolling. Nothing makes me any madder than seeing fish I can't catch. They're rolling, rolling, rolling. Well, through all my years of fishing for cams, Pend Oreille, put the planer boards out. Cam loop's basically a landlocked steelhead. We decided to try it. Small, perch-colored Rapalas. We went up through potlatch, threw it out, had a release. Thought, well, maybe just come undone. Turn came back down, 17-pounder. We continued to fish it, and we haven't stopped. It's been 6 years. We're trolling small jerk baits, small plugs. I got some over here I can show you, but small plugs, stick baits, not divers, shallow running jerk baits. What I saw happen down there was these steelhead chasing smolts of some kind, salmon smolts or something, chasing them. You could see them go by, and you'd see the things just flare. And I thought, well, maybe that'll make them mad. Anytime those fish get on the surface down there in that pool, and it'll work all the way down through. We've got guys doing it below Little Goose, all the way through that system. When they're rolling, usually about 9 o'clock in the morning, put the board out. Fish it till they quit rolling. Then you can go back to your diving plugs or your bobber fishing. Coming in the afternoon again, they start rolling. Put the board back out there. And troll fast, 2.5, 3 miles an hour. It is it's a blast.
How far do you put that from your boat?
As far as the boat traffic will let me. If I go down the river on, all the way across, I'll do it. Typically for us, it's 55 feet. Something real quick on planer boards. The distance back depends on your conditions. If you've got flat conditions, you don't have a lot of chop on the water, you go further out to the side and further out the back. If you've got chop, good wave action, breaking the light up, not making them so nervous, you come in closer. I see guys out Pend Oreille, it's rough, rough, rough. They try to get the board out there 150 feet, put it 50 feet off the side, man. That's not all that wave action, they don't even hear your boat. Bring it in. Doesn't have to be way out there. So I kind of let the conditions tell me down there on the confluence where I should be at, just as I do when I troll these for rainbows or the cams. Okay. Typically what it is down there, what works best, 55 feet back, 80 feet out on my Abu Garcia line counter reels. But it will change up. If it's flat and no wind, it may be 100 and 100. But you got to watch it down there. Some boat goes ripping by, you better just start bringing it in and then feed it back out. You got to be on your toes because they'll come running right through there because they just don't see nobody doing it. But it's deadly. Then it's fun. When they hit it, because that plug's only going down 2 or 3 feet, when they hit it, man, they come out of the water, they're jumping, they go crazy. They just destroy it.
Where's this at?
Down at Lewiston.
Oh,
Yep, down at Lewiston.
Clark?
Yep, Lewiston, Clarkson, all the way down, all the way through all those pools, slack water pools. Upper side of Lower Granite, the guys do it down there like crazy. Yep.
So where the state line is, from there on down to the Ridgewell.
I go to Potlatch. I go all the way up to Potlatch in 8 feet of water up there and make the turn. When it starts to get some current, I go right up past the boat ramp, turn and come back. Doing it. And they'll kill it. They kill it.
So at night, you run it? At night?
No. Nighttime, guy, no. Because they're feeling secure. It's dark.
How far past Potlatch can you get with a prop boat?
I don't know. Never tried it.
Try it.
Yeah. You know, I see guys doing it. A buddy of mine goes all the way up to where the Muscle Man or whatever it is, the cat rental place is, and up by the casino up there. You know, but he's been going out there a long time. I can't buy 250 horse Mercury Verado out drives a whole lot. I don't want to chew those up. Those are spendy. But, you know, that section there, any of that river, especially in the fall, man, it's tricky. It's tricky just because it's so low. Springtime, man, when the springers are coming through, you can go all the way up through there from Lewiston all the way up. No problem. But you got a lot more water in there. You know, sometimes, I think this year, it was the lowest they'd ever had on record down there, and it was drift boat thing only, unless you were going to park right in the hole in a jet boat or something and stay there. You know, that's what's caused the fishing to be a little rough. Low, clear water. Okay.
So that little implement is the same as these big boards these guys put out?
But better. Same thing. Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah. The big cedar boards, where the big cedar boards come into play, the big dual fin cedar boards, Frisky Jenny is one of them. If you got like Ponderay, that big stuff, that's what you're going to have. I mean, and you get that huge chop going, man. You got to have those big buoyant boards. 90% of the time, that's all you need. The benefit of having a board like this, the basis of a planer board, guys, is to one, get it away, but the other thing it does is imparts action to your product, whatever you're running back there. These things get to jumping in the waves and it's causing that boom, accelerate, stop, accelerate, stop. They always hear guys with the boards, those big cedar boards, got 3 or 4 hookups on them. They're trying to get them to surge. You know, they're running them in flat to moderate water, and it's hard to make them surge. This little guy gets in a medium chop, man, it's all over the place because it doesn't weigh nothing. So you're putting a lot of action back to your offering. You know, but in the big water, that's like Kootenai Lake, big water, those big boards is about a must. You got to have them.
Well, what about water temperature right now? I mean, like the Clearwater is 33 degrees and the Snake's 40.
Right.
So
the snake is fishing better, and the snake generally is, you know, you go to the snake, you got A-run fish. A-run fish come in earlier. They're generally smaller. That water's flowing out of the dam. Once again, more consistent. It's like fishing below in Orfino. The fishing's always more consistent there because the water temperature's higher. What happens right now, just after we had gone down, was it, Chad, about 2 weeks? 2 weeks after we had gone down, you went back down. I wasn't with him, but he went back down to where we call those fish, didn't get a bite. It wasn't because they weren't there. Problem was that the shoreline was all iced up, chunks of ice floating down through there. So most of the good fishing right now is taking place below Orfino because that's where the warmer water is getting influenced at. Mixing. You know, if you want to catch more numbers, you go to the Snake, a lot more numbers. You want to get those big B-run fish, that's where you go to the Clearwater.
Probably getting more warm water coming off of the mill, too.
Yeah, but you can, and those fish will mill around, but you won't see anybody down there fishing. They're up where they're going to be at. They're up where they're going to be at. Yeah. Typically right now, the salmon, where the salmon runs in at, always a lot of people fishing in there right now because that's the mixing point. Those fish will hold up in there waiting to go. We had fish, our friends in Grangeville, they were saying there was fish rolling up the salmon way early, like whitebird. I mean, in the spring, in the early fall, they were seeing them up there. Yeah, they were trucking, you know. So it's been a weird year. It has. Very weird. But yeah, temperature, just the colder water right now. They're just laying in those deep pools, man, just waiting. That's pretty much a jig fishing with the exception of those fish that Chad's buddy found.
So you run downriggers?
You just divers, the big divers. I mean, if you get in a hole that's 35, 40 feet deep and you're seeing with your boat fish down there, you can run the big divers, the mud bug divers. You can put a jet diver on to get it down there. We don't run riggers in the river just because you can hang them. Just use the diver gets down in there. It's less stuff in front of them. But you can get divers that can run down there. You know, a hellbender, they make the, I don't know if Head and still makes them or not, but they had them. It's called a Head and hellbender. That thing go down 45 feet. You know, big old lip plug. You know, it could pull you down in there. Okay, guys, quick break.
Does that come with good instructions to show how
Yeah.
to pick it up and everything?
Yeah, I made the instructions for it. Yep,
Where are they?
they're good.
Only at your store?
No. Sportsman's Warehouse, Black Sheep, White Elephant. Yeah, we got them all over in Spokane. Yep. All right, guys, quick break.